Hello. Today I'm going to be taking a deep dive into Officer Tonga's Bodycam, as the drama around Reckless Ben and Bricks and Minifigs continues to unfold. If you don't know this story, this video is not the place to start. There are plenty of other videos to explain everything, but in this one I'm just going to be getting straight into it. Okay, if you know the case, you'll recognise Officer Tonga arriving. Josh Johnson is pointing to a car.
Look at that car. It's either that car or that car. Right there. It's either it's turning left right there.
And Officer Richardson takes off after it.
Over there. He's turning there. See,
Then Officer Tonga calls for a stop.
See if you can get a stop on it.
I talked to that kid. I don't know if it's him.
As Officer Richardson pursues the car driven by Tyler, he takes the first left.
That one? Alright, go get that one then.
Officer Tonga then radios that a stop is hard because there's nothing criminal.
Hard because he's just saying that they were recording, so there's nothing criminal that they were doing.
He then says, just get the registration. Should be good.
Just get the 28 for it. Should be good. Hello.
Despite this, Officer Richardson stops Tyler anyway at the first stop sign.
I'm sure it does stop prior.
J42 traffic.
The stop looks fine to me, but what I'm interested in is the time taken. 72 seconds and there was one left turn. In 9 minutes time, Officer Tonga would leave for this stop. He started from the same location, he made the same left turn, and yet proceeding to the end of that street somehow took about 10 minutes.
How's it going?
Good, how are you?
Good.
My name's Officer Richardson with American Police. The reason I stopped you is the stop sign. You didn't come to the stop.
If you thought everything from the American Fort Police did wrong had come to light, then buckle up, because we're going to look at his body cam with a lot more scrutiny. One thing we learned from Officer Tonga's body cam is he did not rush to where Tyler and Ben were. As he said, there are no crimes. So it looks like his intention was to arrive at the traffic stop before it ended. This would be to enter into a consensual encounter. Consensual encounters are not covered by the Fourth Amendment, because either side can leave at any time. With this kind of strategy, though, Officer Tonga could not be late. As the Supreme Court stated in Illinois v. Caballas, and then restated in Rodriguez v. United States in 2015, a traffic stop detainment is justified solely by the interest in issuing a warning ticket to the driver and can become unlawful if it is prolonged beyond the time reasonable required to complete that mission. When is that mission completed? Well, this was in Utah. Utah falls under the 10th Circuit. So the relevant legislation is United States v. Villa, 2009. The mission ends when Tyler's license is returned to him. So we can observe the time when Tyler is told he's only getting a warning and the time when his license is actually returned to him. Now, at about 1:21, Richardson makes a statement over the radio, and this seems to be a signal for Officer Tonga that the stop is concluding.
Yeah, I'm going to start on your way.
But Officer Tonga does not leave immediately, and by the time he gets into his car, Officer Richardson is about to get out of his.
Hey, can you get the contact for Reckless Ben?
From him.
Like the YouTube channel?
He has Reckless Ben's phone number. Can you get it from that guy?
Really?
Or you can ask.
No, sorry, Paul. I was talking to Alvin and Jackie.
Okay, I'll be back over here in a second. I'm going to go over to that other vehicle. Yep.
Tyler's driving license, however, is still in that car.
Oh, thank you. Sorry.
No, it's not.
I'm just getting verbal warning.
Okay,
Ticket
cool.
Or anything.
I appreciate it.
Officer Tonga correctly takes the first left turn, and then starts to slow down and stop. Just 1 minute away from the stop, he picks up his microphone and asks,
What was your 20?
and it's because he's late, there's nobody there to answer him.
Sorry, I mean, is the 20 in the CAD the right one?
He then asks if their location is the same one that's in the CAD, that's the computer-aided dispatch. And with no reply to that, Officer Tonga does a complete U-turn and starts to drive in completely the wrong direction. He takes a left at the end of the road. He drives over the train tracks. He takes a right. And then he radios the officers outside Josh's house.
And Halvey, if you could see if you can get ID from him. He just gave me a name and date of birth because he said he didn't have his ID, but he's just straight lying to me about everything else, so he probably has his ID.
He takes a left under the underpass. He takes a right and travels to the second stop sign. There he takes another right. And then a left.
Okay, we'll get this guy's ID. Do you need for anything else, or is he good to go?
You're good to go.
He picks up the radio to respond to Officer Strong, who is based at Josh Johnson's house. Then, while waiting at this junction, he finally calls Officer Richardson, who hasn't once tried to return Tyler's license in this time.
First person that gets thrilled.
Sorry, give me 1 minute.
That's wild.
What's up?
It's now, undoubtedly, a prolonged stop. At this point, their duty should be to the law and the Constitution, and all of Officer Tonga's operational objectives can be attained without delaying Ben and Tyler any further. Officer Tonga had 2 officers at the scene. One of them could be returning the driving license, and one of them could be trespassing Tyler and Ben. And if those officers cannot manage those 2 simple tasks between them, then they're not fit to wear a badge. And remember, if Officer Tonga wants to talk to Ben further, he should have his phone number by now. This call is problematic because it's evidence that a stop that was prolonged accidentally by miscommunication then became a deliberately prolonged stop. During this call, Officer Tonga turned left and began travelling in the right direction for the first time since the initial U-turn. And while Officer Tonga headed west to the road that would take him back to the underpass, Officer Richardson returned to Tyler and Ben and simply lied about the situation.
So I guess somebody reported a trespass involving you two. So he's just gonna come over here.
Trespass.
I guess, like I said,
Trespass in our car?
I have no clue.
Yeah, because we've just been driving around.
Okay.
Yeah.
I wish I had more
We've
info.
just been talking
but
in his
he-
car, just driving.
Mousetrap. We wanted to get mousetrap. We went to Walmart to buy a mousetrap.
You just love that game. But he was just like, yeah, I just got to talk to him about this, and then he just needs to give you a trespass warning from some dude's house.
Oh, okay.
I don't know what dude or where or when or how. I don't know
But not
anything.
him, right? Just me?
I have no clue. I wish I had more info.
We don't know. Literally.
Unfortunately, in this job, it's like if you're a backing officer, you don't know anything. You just chill. So,
Crazy.
because it was just a traffic stop, and now it's
Yeah.
I guess we're hanging out for a second. So, I don't know.
Not only does the stop not end until Tyler's papers have been returned, but in Utah, a stop cannot become consensual until that happens. This is a bright line rule. It's been held by the 10th Circuit since at least United States v. Gonzalez-Lerma in 1994. It is the only circuit that has this rule. Apparently, they do things differently there. After Officer Tonga drove back through the underpass and turned right, he did not return the same way. Instead, he drove to the next underpass. There he turned left, then left again, finally bringing him to the scene from the opposite direction than everybody else. Officer Tonga has delayed that stop for just under 10 minutes with his little magical mystery tour alone. And Tyler still has to wait several more minutes. Even though the Supreme Court hold that the traffic stop is the mission, you will notice Officer Richardson at no point attempts to return that license.
Anyway, here's Officer Tonga.
Hello guys, I'm Officer Tonga.
How's it going? Tyler?
Bones, I did
Bones?
So who's Ben?
What the body cam reveals is that Tyler only got his license back as early as he did because Officer Tonga wanted to see his and Ben's ID as part of his own questioning. This is the opposite of what the Supreme Court says needs to happen.
Law enforcement in all those avenues, and it would go through civil claims court. So
We
like,
already went to civil and we won.
When he does get it, are they free to go? They've been made to wait 10 minutes for Officer Tonga to arrive. There are 4 officers on the scene. At one point, Officer Richardson is at the front of the car touching it. A court would want to see a clean break to distinguish when the stop ended and the consensual encounter began, and I just don't think there is one. The most damning evidence, though, is from Officer Tonga's incident report. If you follow the chronology of his report, he doesn't release them at the scene for at least another 7 minutes.
and so that was the thing, is that I was just trying to make contact with everybody and just notify everybody of trespass, and then have you guys on your way.
Okay.
Again,
And why would he need to release anybody if this was a consensual encounter? But you know what isn't in Officer Tonga's incident report? Or in Officer Richardson's supplemental? There is absolutely no mention of Officer Tonga's excursion, or the phone call between them. And that's what Officer Tonga's body cam shows. He couldn't find a stop 2 streets away, while equipped with a radio, a phone and a GPS, and after he drove to the wrong part of the city, at a time when the stop was being prolonged, contrary to the law, there was no attempt to rectify this situation. In fact, we see Officer Richardson at the end of that call dishonestly claiming to Ben and Tyler that they were just hanging. They were not just hanging, they were illegally detaining them.